Evil Dead Burn, was it good? In my opinion, I really liked it. It was scary, intense, but also found a way to balance out certain funny comedic moments without being too overbearing and being too funny. The story is about a woman named Alice, and no, she is not in No Wonderland. Alice is in an abusive relationship with her husband, where at the beginning of the film, you don't see too much of it, but just enough to get the gist of it. He puts his hands on her, he's very controlling, narcissistic, he seems very manipulative. And then throughout the movie, you get little snippets of flashbacks that show a little more of what was going on. Eventually, he storms off after an argument and gets killed by a deadite. Alice then reconnects with his parents. Yes, the in laws. Ooh, very spooky. She connects with them for the funeral. They go home to this isolated house in the woods. One of the family members gets possessed, and then deadites show up and they cause lots of havoc. Except in this movie, they have a motive, so they're not going directly for the kill. I like this movie slightly more than Evil Dead Rise. It feels like this new director, Sebastian Vinnicek, he took everything that Lee Cronin did prior and intensified it by 10. I didn't even notice that it was a new director until the credits because he was able to keep that same style from the last movie. I think the gore in this movie is way better. I think the Deadites rage bait and troll way harder, but in a fun but super menacing way in this movie. Also, the family in this movie are super unlikable. You kind of want to see them get got. The only enjoyable and interesting characters are really the mom and the protagonist, Alice. They're both characters that fight with each other internally. My only con of the movie is the CGI at the end. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. I wish they kept the same consistency of the rest of the movie, but it's not that much of a bad thing. I just ended up questioning why they went down the CGI path instead of doing the makeup and the practical effect that they were doing for most of the movie. Overall, I gave Evil Dead a 9 out of 10 because I enjoyed it that much.